Welcome back, viewers, to another edition of Focus on Africans. We're still in Amsterdam, and today, luckily, we have a sister from Suriname. Suriname is the former Dutch colony in South America, close to Brazil. She's going to tell us about Suriname, but also about her life in Suriname, also in how she came to the Netherlands. And then she's also going to discuss with us the connection between Suriname and then Ghana. There's a lot of historical connections. She will try to explain to us what she remembers from those connections. I hope you enjoyed Focus on Africans, a very special edition today. Let me welcome Mireille Essel to Focus on Africans. Mireille.
Yeah, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hoe gaat het?
Goed, met jou?
Met mij gaat het prima.
Okay.
Let's switch to English, please, for the benefit of our viewers.
Yeah.
Please tell us something about yourself.
I'm Mireille Essel. I'm 40 years old. I have two children, a boy and a girl. The girl is 10 years, the boy is 40 years. I'm working. I'm working almost full time.
Okay, but what would like to know, let's get to when you were young. Where were you born? Where had you grown?
Okay, I'm born in Suriname.
Okay.
When I was 1 year, my parents come to Holland, especially for my dad for his study.
Okay.
So we have to come over here. We lived here 5 years. He studied accountancy. After he finished his study, there was the intention that we go back.
You were 1 year when you came to
Holland, yeah, and I went back to when
Do
I
you
was...
remember anything from it?
From my 1 year? No, nothing. But we went back when I was almost 6 years.
So you were in Netherlands for the first 5 years?
5 years.
What was life for you like then?
I don't know nothing about Suriname. My parents...
No, I mean Holland.
Oh, when I left Holland, how it was?
Yeah, when you 5 years, what was life like for you growing up?
Oh, in Holland. In Holland we lived in Arnhem, and me and my brothers were the only black children at school. So I went to the crash when I was very young. So for me it was just normal.
Yeah. You didn't feel anything apart. You were black.
I feel because when there was a party, one of my school friends, or the boy or the girl, and they always invited me. But the reason why they invited me because I was black, not because I was his friend. But
you want to have something different.
I was different. They want to show the family. There's a black girl in my class, yeah. And then they come and they feel my hair and things like that. So it was just very.
So for them it was exotic. Something.
Yes, strange.
How did you feel?
In the beginning, a lot of kids were very jealous because I was the one who was always invited.
Yeah.
But after a while, I didn't like it anymore because when the children were playing outside. The parents were sitting with me inside with the uncles and the grandparents and asking me strange questions.
Like a zoo animal.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. But growing in your house, what do you remember from your home?
In my house,
yeah.
We went sometimes to Amsterdam. That was party because then we're gonna visit our family because in Arnhem not a lot of black people live over there. And yes. My grandparents come to visit us once a year from Suriname, so okay. I know my grandparents. I didn't know the whole family, okay. And I was very excited when my mom told us that we go back.
Okay.
To Suriname. I had no idea how it is like.
Okay.
Because
then you moved to Suriname when you were 6 years.
Yes.
How do you feel?
And just like unreally. You know what I mean? When you come over there and it was hot and everybody come to Schiphol, the airport, the whole family, a bunch of... I didn't notice that I had that much of family.
Like the whole city was coming to welcome?
Yeah, come to welcome, see a lot of aunts and...
Was that drumming? Were they dancing? Or...
Sorry?
Were they dancing? Did they dance?
No, it was late and we come back and everybody, because they found that I was talking a little bit strange.
The accent.
The accent, yes. Okay. So I asked also a lot of questions. About school, about singing. I have to sing for them, also.
You are not used to those type of attention.
Yes. And also for me, a lot of things was new, just as the fruits they have over there, the way they live. We live outside.
Space.
Yes, space. For me, it was just like being in heaven.
The feeling.
The feeling, yes. When I do something when my mother doesn't like, she always say to me, if you do it again, I'm gonna send you back to Holland.
And you didn't want to go back to Holland?
We don't want to go back to Holland, me and my brothers.
Okay.
So that was my best year. We stayed there. I stayed there for 6 years.
For 6 years?
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about Suriname? What type of country is it?
What I like about is they are very free. How they explain, when you come in here, and even if you have one bread and 10 people come, we share it.
Okay.
It's not just always only for me.
But talking about the history of Suriname, what do you remember from it?
The Suriname, different culture.
Yeah, and the history?
The history, when I was in Suriname, I learned about my history for the first time. About the slavery, that we come from Africa, that the people from Europe, they bought us like slave.
You were taught that in school?
Yes,
okay.
Black history.
Oh, okay, you have a special...
It's just our history, that's the reason.
Okay. And did they tell you where you were from?
No, they cannot tell, because they you cannot tell where you are from. They think we are from the west coast
of Africa.
From Africa, yes. And how they imported us and what kind of work we have to do, and you know what I mean, on the plantation and things like that. And how they treat us, how rude they are.
Oh, the plantation owners.
Yeah, the plantation owners. We went with the school to some plantation, just like the sugar.
Sugar plantation.
Sugar plantation, and how the citrus plantation. We went.
But do you have people from your family who could tell you stories about the plantation?
No, my grandmom. She told me about history, and that her our history. That her grandmom's mom was a slave, and she bought herself free, and how things started in our family.
But listening to your grandmother, how do you feel telling about the slavery?
I found it, when I was young, I found it excited.
Yeah, that somebody owned somebody and...
Yes, you know about it, and you know what I mean? And when you hear about it, then you don't like the white people. When you heard what they do to my people.
The next question is, how old were you when you left Suriname?
12.
12, so you were a bit grown up.
Yes.
What was the attitude of the black people towards white people then?
In Suriname?
Yeah.
In Suriname, the attitude, Suriname has a different culture. So what I see in Suriname was not a special attitude, but it was just like they have a problem with color. If you are light skin or dark skin.
Yeah.
But and also the culture, because in Suriname you have also people just like Pakistan people, Chinese people,
Asians.
Asians, yes.
Okay.
There was they were separate.
Living separately? Or segregated?
Yes, because in that time it was not normal. You see it once a while, but for example, an Asian girl married with a black guy.
Oh, it was not common.
No.
In those days?
In the old days.
Oh, okay. And there's this, I've observed some Suriname. They seem to have the culture very close to Ghana. They have these announcing stories.
Yes, that's
true. Because in Ghana they also have announcing stories.
I heard about it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I
Do you remember some of them?
I know the announcing stories from Suriname.
Yeah.
Yes, that he was a very smart spider.
Yeah.
With a lot of kids. And he has also a wife, and his wife's name was I don't know. I asked my friend Banansi. Banansi was his wife.
Do you remember any of the stories? One story.
Okay, I know the one about Anansi. Anansi was very smart. One, he had some food, but not enough for himself and the kids. So he gave the kids the food. He shared it with them. He had 8 kids, but he was hungry himself. And he was thinking, how can I get some food for myself so that the kid didn't know that he was hungry? Then he said, the one to all his kids, the one who love me, give me a bit of your food. And so all the kids give him.
Okay, then he got enough to eat.
He had enough to eat, yes.
Alright, that's a good story. Viewers, the program is focused on Africans. We'll take this short break. When we come back, we'll continue with Mireille. Welcome back, viewers. The program is focused on Africans. We're chatting with Mireille Essel from Suriname. Mireille, there are these people they call bush niggers in Suriname.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about them?
Yes, the bush niggers are the slaves, never wanted to work for the white people and they run away. And that's the name Maroons, the runaway slaves.
Maroon.
Maroon.
Is that in the Suriname language?
I don't know why they call them that, but we know you have two kinds of. You have the maroon, the runaway slave, and another one.
Yeah.
I don't know another name.
Okay. But how do people look at them in Suriname?
How do people look at them about the maroons?
Do you regard them as heroes or you look down on them?
Well, we don't see them as heroes. These days we see them as heroes because we don't know our history that well.
Okay.
So they were thinking, oh, they're living in the bush and they're not educated, and you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't want to be with somebody who lives in the bush and not educated.
Even though they were free people.
They were free people, but we didn't see it that way at that time.
You saw them as primitive people.
Yes.
And I also find that the Suriname people are ambivalent towards Africans in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? That they look down Africans also?
I think so. To be honest, I think so. Yeah.
Why is that?
You know, when something is strange, you don't know it, then you don't take the time to know better and see what it is. It's just like what I told you about the Maroons.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't take our time to invest and see, or you know, they were free slaves, who they are, and we want to put them directly down. So put yourself up.
Put yourself up.
That feels better.
But is the attitude changing towards the Maroon now?
Sorry?
The attitude of the other Suriname, is it changing towards the
Yes.
You see them more in...
Now in Suriname, yes, because they are very, how do you call it? Now the Maroons comes to the city, they have the best jobs, and they're educated very well, they are very clever. At the time when they was primitive, you know, nobody goes to school. But in these days, they go to school and they're very clever and they're most high educated people.
What's the population of Suriname? The population.
How much?
Yeah, how big is Suriname?
I think 400,000.
And how many of them are Maroon?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay.
I don't know, because when you say the population, then it is, I think, 5 different cultures.
Okay.
It's not only the black people.
You have the Asians.
Yes.
And then the white people.
And the white people as well living there, yes.
And there's this saying or belief that Paramaribo is everything about Suriname, because they say almost everybody lives in Paramaribo.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about Paramaribo?
Yes, Paramaribo was the capital city from Suriname. That was the white people built it up because it was nearby the sea, and it was easy for them when they go out to another countries. Suriname is very big. It's, I think, 5 times Netherlands.
Really?
Yes, very big. But you know, 150. How do you call it?
150.
150.
150.
150 or in sorry. 150 is just where people can live, and the rest is only bush.
Thick forest.
Forest, yes.
Okay. And that's where the bush niggers were living.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very dangerous as well.
But the Maroons live there.
Yes, I think the Maroons they know the forest.
Okay.
Because this day there was a program on the television about a white man. He was very sick and he went to Suriname and he went to I don't know how to care, just a doctor from the Maroons. He went to a doctor from the Maroons, and in Holland they say he never
get well. He would never get well.
He never would get well, and when he was there, and it was just amazing that people see. That there was also on the television. It was a white man, and that he get well.
And
because they know
they were able to cure him.
Sorry?
They cure him, the Maroon.
Yes. They know the secret of the natures.
Okay. All right. And tell us about the independence, 1975, right?
Yes, the Independence Days, 1975, that we were independent. What I think about the Independence Day, I think it was we went back on 1975 to Suriname.
Okay, so you were there when the independence came.
I was not there. I was there 2 days after.
After independence. So how does it feel to be independent?
I was not aware about it. My parents were about it at that time. But when I'm thinking about it, I think we went too fast independent because Holland left nothing for us. We were independent, but we was not able to be a state on ourselves.
Why is that?
Why is that? You know, when you are independent, and for example, we had a contract with Holland for how do you call it? Bruin sale for the wood.
Yeah, okay.
And the contract stayed the same. You know what I mean? They have to give it back. All the contract, you know, you have to how do you call it? Negotiate again
right?
for all the contract. But that never happens. So how can we independent and we don't have...
Politically you are independent, but economically you are still...
Yes, we go back because they didn't want to give money anymore, but we don't... You know what I mean? So I think it was too fast for Suriname to be independent.
They didn't have enough economic power to be independent.
Yeah, they don't have. Just for I don't know if you heard about. You know what bauxite is?
Bauxite, yeah.
Yeah, for aluminium. They have. Suriname has a lot of bauxite, and the big corporation is from the States and from Holland. Also, that is still in hands of the American and the Dutch people. So
even
we
after
have nothing.
After independence.
It stayed that way.
Okay.
So we went independence, but.
And then
we see that the country goes back.
And was that the reason why the Civil War came?
I think so because the people were unhappy, and you know what it was. The people were very corrupt as well. The rich people get richer. That's just like everywhere. And the people or the poor people, you know, they work hard, but there was not a good future for them.
Okay.
And then the coup.
The coup, yeah. The military took over.
Take over, yeah.
And then what happened that the Civil War came about? When
that happens, I was very young at that time. The military take the power in hands, and then in the beginning, it's just like what I can remember. It's just like everybody was scared. You have a night clock.
Curfew, yeah.
After 7 you cannot go on street. Curfew, you call it, okay. After 7 you cannot go on street. It was scared a little bit, but after that, few months after that, then new rules came, and just like the streets were very clean. If you throw something on the street, they can arrest you and things like that.
They maintain law and order.
Yes.
And discipline.
And
then let's talk about your education. You came to Holland. You went back to Suriname.
Yeah.
How was your education like? What did you study?
When I was in Suriname, I do only the basic school, and I come over here and I do accountancy on the HBO, and then I start working.
When you came back to the Netherlands, can you tell us what your experience like? You went to school. What did you do?
When my experience, I had a lot of problems to come back about.
What type of problems?
Just like how the white people are. They're not very honest in your face. You know what I mean? Just in Suriname, just if someone wants to tell you, they will tell you it in your face, and you know about it. And you know, if I see you, you know, and I don't like you, I will cross the street and walk. But I walk so we didn't pass. But over here, they don't like you. They laugh in your face and behind you. You know what I mean?
Was that because you've lived there before, or because you live in Suriname?
No, I don't think. I think that when you were young, you know, you don't look the things like that. When you were old, you go to school. You see how also how the students on the school are. You know, they you have to work twice harder.
As a Suriname.
Yes. And also what it is when we come back in Utrecht, we lived in Utrecht with my brother. We are also the only blacks on the school.
Did you come back with your parents or you came alone?
No, when I was 12, I with my parents again.
Oh, okay.
I was 12, my brother was 13, and my other brother was 14.
Oh, okay. What were your parents doing?
Well, my parents?
What were they doing when they came back?
My mom worked as a secretary, and my dad worked for how do you say it, for the government.
A civil servant. Up there.
Yeah.
Okay. And you went to school to learn accountancy. You study accountancy.
Yes.
Why did you choose accountancy?
Why? Because my dad did that. So I said,
Your dad was an accountant?
yes, that's is most, you know, when you in my time now, when my kids are young, they have you know, you go to how do you call it, a fair for works, and they explain and things like that. But in my time it was just like, what should I do? Oh, you know, I like work with figures, so you know what? I got
It is funny you said this because many Africans also say that their parents decide for them what to study.
Yes.
So your father said, go and study.
Yeah, this is why not?
Ah, okay.
But actually, I want to be a stewardess, but my language are not that good, so.
Your Dutch language?
My language, no, not at all.
Even now?
Now I still have problem with my English.
I was talking about your Dutch. Okay. And do you have extended family in living in Holland?
Sorry?
Extended family. Not only your mother, but your...
Yes, a lot of my mom's family, all of them are living here.
How does it work? Is it the same in Africa where you can go visit your auntie or your uncle without...
In Holland? Yeah. You have to call first and make an appointment.
With your auntie?
Yes, also because, you know, how they call it, they lived in Holland, so they have other rules. When in Suriname you can come by, just I was in the neighbor, so I come by.
Yeah.
Overhead, you have to call first.
What about your brothers and sisters?
At my mom's house I can come. Even my brother's house I call.
Okay, then it's a different thing. How do you feel? But when you're in Suriname, you don't have problem with it because
you can come by, because you know what it is. When you're in Suriname, you didn't. When you come to visit somebody, you didn't go. You're sitting outside. On the street, living. Over here, you have to invite a person in your house. I think that makes the difference.
Okay. What are the things you enjoy doing when you were studying?
Sorry?
When you were studying?
Yeah.
What were the things you like to do?
But the things apart from study is, let me see, interested in other cultures. Besides the study.
Yeah.
Interested in traveling in city trips. As well, because when you do city trips, you see other cultures as well.
What aspect of culture are you interested in?
Mostly in the black culture.
Yeah, the music or the clothing or the language?
The language, you know, where you come from. Because when you're in Holland, and always, I think every black people over here have the same question, where I come from, where I come from.
The question of identity.
Yeah, identity, yes. Not, you know, I come from Suriname, but you know, the Surinamese, before they come to Suriname, what's happened then?
The history.
Yes, the history.
And there's another question which is always among the black community, the question of identity.
Yes.
Have you resolved it? Have you resolved your identity?
No, I'm still busy with it.
What do you feel? Do you feel Dutch, Suriname, African, or what do you feel?
To be honest, I feel just like, how do you say, burger?
A citizen.
A world citizen. You know, I don't feel just like a Surinamese. I don't feel just like a Dutch. I don't feel like African. When I was younger, I liked to, you know, try to identify myself with somebody else. But right now, only what I think I'm just like me, and because I have a lot of cultures in me, and I lived in.
But don't you feel rootless without a root?
I don't feel rootless because what I say, I'm still interested in the black culture. I have kids as well, and I told them about the black culture. But you know, knowing about it and feeling is two.
Okay. You're just.
I want to know about it.
Yeah.
So you know, that makes me feel more comfortable.
But you live in a society where classification, they always want to put you in a category.
Yeah.
So
just like allochtone.
Allochtone or autochtone or
yeah.
Whatever. So what category do they put you?
For them, I don't know. They put me in different category.
How do you feel about it?
You know what I think I cannot blame them. Why not? Because just what I say about the Maroons.
Yeah.
If you not interested really in somebody, you want to place them down.
Yeah, okay.
So you can feel better. You know what I mean?
If I use my own example, I'm an African, so I don't have to resolve anything.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I mean, they can only put me in the African category. I mean, it would be ridiculous to put me in any other category.
Yeah.
So I always ask her this question. Of course, if African as immigrant comes there, they still they choose to remain either Dutch or African. Okay. But it doesn't really matter what you feel, but the people always put you in a certain category. What is your own reaction to it?
It's just like what they say, what they put the for example, in the allochtoon, but in the I think in the past, everybody who was black was Surinamese, also the Antillean, also, you know what I mean? Yeah. And now in this day, they know they have Antilleans, Africans, Surinamese, you know what I mean? So I don't think too long about it. I don't think about it, what they put me or what they want.
Doesn't bother you?
It doesn't bother me.
What are the challenges you faced when you're going to school?
I have to struggle for everything because my teacher. What I think as well is just like when I have some tentamen, for example, examen, we call tentamen, then always have to take my tentamen, and I have to also ask one of the white guys or girls to compare. Why? The reason is very often I see I have the same answer, but I don't get the same points.
Really?
Very often. And then when I go back and I say, oh, but why here? Oh, I'm sorry, I will correct it. You know, I have to do it every time because one time I didn't pass because I have 215 points I missed.
Yeah.
So that's the reason you can see.
They give you lower grade.
Yes.
Because
I'm black. I think they didn't want the black girl or black man in the time just like now where I work for Fortis and I see a few black women are working there, but they still, I think, afraid for the black man. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, we are a multicultural company and we will hire black people, but we're still afraid for the black man. You know what I mean?
The question, I've been talking to a lot of Dutch people. They believe that racism exists in our imagination.
I don't believe that.
And what are your experiences?
Why? Because my names are a typical Dutch name because
Mireille Essel.
Mireille Essel, yes. And why I write my CV and just like Mireille Essel and the people invited me, they didn't expect it a black girl. So I see once they were surprised, but you cannot say, okay, you can go home. So they invited me we go to the interview, and then the people ask me, what do you like? What do you prefer? Do you prefer accountancy or do you prefer tax work? You know, because
tax work.
Tax for the
desk,
tax.
Okay, yeah.
Not desk for tax advisors.
Okay, tax advisor.
And I said, yeah, tax advisor is very interested. Oh. Then I have to apologize because we're searching somebody for accountancy. But if I would say accountancy, they would say, oh, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? So in these days, it's not in our head. They want to think that it is in our head.
Is this the things you confront every day, or just racism? I mean, is it an everyday thing for you?
I think it's an everyday thing because I have kids as well, and I see it on school. Yeah. I have to go every day on school. If my daughter say me something, Mom, she told me something happened at school. I see when I put my finger and I want to just ask them a question, and she know the question as well, and she put her finger, and you've never give her a turn.
The chance to.
Yeah, the chance to, and she always the white children. So and I went to the teacher and I talked to her and she said, oh no, that is an imagination. But when I went to the teacher, she gave my daughter a chance. But why I have to go to the teachers first? You know what I mean?
Yeah. In these occasions like this, what do you do? When you were in school, you got lower grade because of your blackness, your being black. And the same thing is happening to your children.
Yes.
Is there no place you can go to make an official complaint?
That is very difficult.
Why is
Because
that?
what the problem is, you can mention it, you have for discrimination,
Mhm.
but I don't believe that it will help.
Why not?
Um,
Do you feel that black people just have to live and accept it?
I think everybody's fight for his own. We are not a commitment.
Commitment.
Yes, commit.
No committed.
Yeah, committed.
Yeah.
And that makes it very difficult.
Why are we not? Why are the black people not?
Why? I think it is the Sudanese people. Just I don't know why. I think it is just something what is in their head and what the white people learning. It's just like rule and define, heer en verdeel, start.
Okay.
You know what I mean by that?
Divide and rule.
Divine and rule. Sorry.
Mhm.
And we can never be committed.
Why you use the
I
word?
don't know.
You use the word never because you went through this process and your children are going through it.
Yes,
Maybe their children also will go through it. So
I try. You know what I mean? Because I have tried.
to do
And
it.
at the end of end of the road, you see that you are
give up.
you not give up. You are standing alone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? People say, okay, we have to do. Okay, we can do that. And I ask my black brothers and sisters about. And end of the road, nobody show
Nobody's
up.
committed. Okay.
Yes.
There's a big debate in the Netherlands about more cultural that they want you to become more Dutch.
Now I don't think
No,
what it is because I was started something just like a black awareness, and in the first meeting a few black people come, second meeting 2 come, third meeting I was sitting alone waiting for people because they think it didn't deliver anything. If I would say come over here and you will get some eat or I will give you 50 euros, they will come.
But not
Not in the free time.
not a conscious black
Yes.
consciousness.
No, not at all.
And that's it's still the same situation. They don't want to come together.
No.
Everybody's fighting for
Every for themselves, yes.
okay.
And
But-
that make the white people powerful.
Okay. But you face this racism every day. How do you cope with it as an individual?
How I cope with it?
Mhm.
Believe in myself. Talk about it. Talk about with people. We are also are in the same situation.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I think I face the facts.
Of what? What facts are you facing?
The fact is just like when I something just like that happened. But I told about my kid. Then I went to school. I talk about it
Okay.
and what is the reason.
So you are dealing with it on an individual basis instead of as a community, as a black community.
Not as on an individual base, just as you say.
Okay.
Because I tried to start something that black awareness, black community, but it didn't work.
Okay. One of the allegations against us people from Suriname, from the white people, that they are lazy people. They only want to dress well, and drink, and have fun. How do you react when you hear this stuff?
They're not lazy. You know what? I don't know. Because I had a black British friend, and he come to work from British over here, and what he said to me about the Sudanese people. The Sudanese people are very easy fulfill. I don't know if fulfill a good word. When they buy a house and they have a car, they think, okay, I made it.
So they relax.
They relax, lay back. And the black British people is just like, the sky is the limit.
Okay, so there's a difference in mentality.
A different mentality, yes.
Both of you are from the Caribbean.
Yes.
So why do they have a different mentality from the Suriname people?
I think if Suriname people will live over there, they will have the same mentality. I think it's a mentality that...
The society.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a... When you look at the case of England, for example, you see black people participating at every level of government.
Yes.
It's common and easy to see black people in offices. But when you come to Netherlands, you are from the former colony of the Netherlands. You speak the language, you understand the culture. Why is it that Suriname are not to be found in these places apart from football?
I think because Netherlands is very small and the Sudanese people are, it's a small country as well. In England, the black people, England was one of the biggest colonization. from colonizers
Okay.
from Africa and the Caribbean. So there are a lot more black people. So if they're fighting for the rights, you cannot ignore them. In Holland, if just like 150 from the black people are fighting for a right, you can ignore the people.
You can ignore them.
Easily.
Because the numbers are not very big.
No.
Okay.
And you see, for example, I'm gonna say it in Dutch. In Nederland heb je bijvoorbeeld, je hebt burgemeester, heb je geen zwarte burgemeester.
Mayor.
Huh?
A mayor. Mayor.
A mayor. You don't have black mayors, but in England and in the States, they are. And it's not because the black people don't have the capacity to be a mayor over here. I think they didn't give us the chance.
Okay.
Because I can have the capacity, but somebody have to give me the chance.
Yeah, the first question, the question I asked you initially, they shouldn't have problem with the Africans. The Africans have problem with the Suriname. So
but that
are they talking to one another?
But that is also in England. The Jamaican and the Africans have a problem with each other.
But they have a black national organization.
But it is a black organization.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think they have to overrule the problem first. Because I think that the people who have problem with each other is the one from the lower classes.
Okay.
And that is also in England, the one for the lower class. Oh no, I'm a Nigerian. Oh no, I'm a Jamaican. I don't like Jamaican. I don't like Nigeria. I don't like Jamaican. You know what I mean? But
have you participated in any organization?
You don't have a special black organization. In Holland. I participated in an organization just for kids. Every Saturday I go to Sabiso Academia, that is educated just like help the black children to aim higher.
Okay.
Because I have my experience, and some of is in Zuidoost.
What's the name of the organization?
It is in Kwaku.
Yeah.
Kwaku, and the name is Sabiso Academia.
Sabiso, what does Sabiso mean?
Sabiso is Surinamese knowledge.
So every week you go there to give
help the kids.
How many kids are there?
I'm a mentor there, a coach. I have 6 kids, 6 children, and in totally, because it is just how do you call it? Vrijwillig ook alweer is volunteer. Volunteer, yeah. It's for volunteer.
It's volunteer work. Okay.
Yes.
How many volunteers do you have?
We have there 6.
6 the children are 6.
6 volunteers, and everybody have 5 or 8 children.
Oh, okay. So it's a relatively big organization.
Yes.
Okay. And you do that every week?
Every week, every Saturday.
You talk to them and then?
No, they come with the schoolwork. First of all, we help them with the schoolwork.
Okay.
Because you know when you're in class 5, you know what you have to know. You have to woordenschat. You have to spelling. I don't know the spelling woordenschat. You have to count very well. Breuken, etc. And then we help them to bring it to a higher level. So when they make
mistakes.
Sorry.
When they make mistakes.
When they make mistakes, we help them. We have to show them the way how to do things easily, how to read very smart. Because when you read something, you know how to read smart.
Okay.
And then we hope they when they have the toets, because a lot of children when they go in the 6th class, you go to the middelbare school, I think high school,
yeah.
Then you gotta get a low level.
Okay, because
and now we want to push it up.
To push it up. Okay.
Yeah.
How are they responding, the children?
The children don't like it because you know why they like it. First of all, the teacher, the coach is black just as themselves. That is very positive.
They look at you more. They respond more to you positively.
Yes. And you can understand this problem. If they say something, what's happening at home, you understand because you know it's same
You're from the same level. So how long have you been doing this? For how long?
For how long? Almost a year.
Almost a year. Do you plan to extend it to another part of Amsterdam?
I was introduced. Just like what's happened, I know someone and say bring your son, for example, because he had some problem with rekenen, breuken. And then I bring him and he asks, is it something for you?
Okay.
And I think, oh, that is nice. And I follow a course for it, because you have to follow first of course how to understand how to stimulate kids and things like that. And when I finished the course, I became a coach myself.
Okay. And you enjoy doing it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Viewers, we'll take this short break. When we come back, we'll continue with Mireille Essel. Welcome back, viewers. The program is focused on Africans. We're having a discussion with Mireille Essel. Mireille, apart from your work, what other things do you do? What other activities are you busy with?
What I like is going out to relax.
Going out.
Reading books.
Where do you go to relax?
I go for a drink. Just for a drink. Things like that.
And books?
Yes, I like to read.
What type of book do you like to read?
Different books. One of my favorite writers is Dan Brown, because
Dan Brown, okay.
Yes.
You like the mystery stuffs?
Yes. And he knows a lot and how he put everything together. Yes.
Do you remember one of his books?
One of the best books from him, I think, was the Benigni Mystery.
The Benigni Mystery?
You read it?
I've read it. Have you read the Da Vinci Code?
I have read it, but Benigni Mystery, that was better.
Dan Brown, who else?
I have not. That he is one of my favorites writer, and then I read a book of Condé.
Condé. From Sego.
Sego, yes, I read that book. Yes.
Okay. How do you find it?
The book?
Yeah.
Very good book. I would advise every black man or woman to read it.
I'm going to ask you, have you read a book by an African author?
For an African author, yes, Miriam Ba.
Miriam Ba?
De Lange Brief. She was against polygamy.
Okay.
And I found it a very good book because it was
against polygamy?
Huh?
She was against polygamy.
Yeah, she was against polygamy.
And now you are not for polygamy.
No, I'm not for polygamy. I'm against polygamy. Okay. Yes.
So it's quite an interesting book.
It was an interesting book because she was an African writer and she lives in Africa where polygamy is and how she fight against it. And it was in 18 something like, and I was now it's 19. It was. You know, one polygamy was normal, and she had her ideas about
The counter-argument from Africans is that polygamy, you have several wives, but in the West you have one wife, but you have different girlfriends.
You know, in these times, there's different girlfriends.
Because they find it a bit hypocritical.
Okay, but you know, I think every woman is against polygamy.
Okay, yeah, from the
woman. But if a man is not against polygamy, then that means that you agree if your woman have different men.
No, I'm not. I'm not supporting or condone. I'm just telling you their point of view. Because when you accuse them of being polygamous, they tell you, I'm married to different wives, or 5 wives, but then I don't go out to look for girlfriends. But in the West, people are married to one wife, but then they have different type of girlfriends.
You know what it is? I think polygamy married to 3 wives, it's just to
put them down?
Yes!
Okay. Let's talk about your music. What type of music do you like listening to?
Different salsa.
Caribbean,
yes. Surinamese.
What type of music do you have in Suriname?
What Surinamese? Different. Kind of Surinamese reggae. Yeah. You have.
What's your traditional music? Do you have a traditional music?
A traditional music? Kauna and Kaseko. It's just like, I think it sounds just like African music.
Okay. With
the drums, yeah, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Okay. And then you say you like traveling.
I like traveling, yes.
How many countries have you been to?
I went to China. I went to Africa, Egypt.
Egypt, okay.
It's Africa.
Yeah.
I went to Egypt. I went to the States, different countries in the States. Yes. I went to Turkey.
Oh yeah.
England.
So you have traveled.
Which
is your favorite country?
The favorite? The one what I like the most was Egypt because of the history. The history of the black history. Because you see when you go to the tombs and the pyramids, then you see the
inscriptions.
The first Egyptians of the side, they were black people, and you know the black.
You cannot deny it.
Yes, and there started civilization from.
Apart from Egypt, have you been to any other country in Africa?
No, not yet.
What are you waiting for?
This year I will go.
To where?
Ghana.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I intend to go to Ghana.
Yeah, viewers, Mireille will be coming to Ghana, so maybe we'll try to get her to the station. And you would like to go to Ghana?
Yes.
To go and do what?
Do what? I have a friend from Ghana, and he saw me about. There's a lot of history in Ghana, just for us, the forts from the slaves and the things like that. So I was.
You've seen the pictures.
I've seen pictures, and
okay. So you would like
to see by myself.
Okay. Do you still have connection with Suriname?
I have contact with Suriname. I went for 2 years ago to vacation, but I don't have.
You have a family there?
I don't have one sister of my mom, and I don't have really people or friends living over there. But I like the country.
Okay, so you go there regularly?
No, only twice since I live here.
Okay, how long ago was that?
I went when I lived. I went 2 years ago, and then I went 12 years ago.
12. When are you going to Suriname?
Well,
when are you going back to Suriname?
Maybe next year.
What are your plans for the future?
My plan for the future is I want to stay here till 5 years, and then I want to move. Then my son is big enough.
5 years?
Yeah.
Where do you want to move to?
I don't know where yet, but the country where it's very warm. And a lot of black people's living.
What do you have against white people?
No, a country where it's warm, of course a lot of black people live in there, because white people don't come from countries where it's very warm.
But apart from accountancy, did you study children psychology?
No, not at all.
Just like
I do a small course, seminars so I can do it, and just something in me I like.
And there's this also a lot of the Suriname footballers. They bring some projects back to Suriname, like a football academy. Do you have plans to do something like that?
In Suriname?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna live in Suriname, but if I'm gonna live in Suriname, I wanna my experience I want to share with kids, because the kids are our future.
That's the last question I'm going to ask you, Mireille. And there are a lot of Suriname professionals in the Netherlands. Are they thinking of going to put something back to the country?
I think so right now, because over here they don't have the Holland, the high educated black people. Holland don't give them a lot of chance.
Okay.
It's
just like wasting their talent.
It's wasting their talent. Yeah. So in these days, a lot of, especially the men, are going back to Suriname.
To Suriname to go and set up. On this note, we're going to end the discussion. Thank you very much for coming.
Yes, well,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, viewers, interesting discussion with Mireille Essel. She's a vibrant lady from Suriname, and Suriname, as we explained, has a lot of historical connection with Ghana. And unfortunately, she promised to visit us in Ghana. So by the time she comes, maybe we'll bring her to the studio to come and share more ideas with you. My name is Femi Akomalafe. The program is focused on Africans. Until next week, when we come your way with another edition. I've been privileged to work with a fantastic crew. Smaila Sulemana, Sadatu Sulemana, Mariano Boye, Remi Akomalafe, and Gray Westerford. Until next week, when we come again, I say Ireo. Bye-bye.